Hello everyone, you are on the channel. It's funny to tears, and today I have a story for you. A story of tragedy, of comedy, and of a beverage that holds way too much power over my life. Coffee. Now, I consider myself a reasonably competent adult. I can pay my bills on time, I remember to water my plants most of the time, and I can even assemble flat-pack furniture without having a complete meltdown. But there is one area, one single, recurring event that makes me question my entire existence. And that, my friends, is my relationship with my morning coffee mug. It all started yesterday. A beautiful morning. The sun was shining, the birds were singing their little hearts out, and I had just brewed what I can only describe as the nectar of the gods. A perfect dark roast, with just a splash of oat milk. It was a masterpiece. I was feeling on top of the world. I grabbed my laptop, my notebook, and my glorious mug of coffee, ready to conquer the day from the comfort of my home office. This is where things take a turn. Picture the scene. I'm walking with the grace of a gazelle, or at least, that's how I felt. I approach my desk, a picture of productivity and poise. I go to place the mug down on the coaster, like a responsible adult. But then something happens. A phantom force? A shift in the Earth's gravitational pull? A momentary lapse in my motor skills? I don't know. What I do know is that 1 second the coffee was in the mug. The next it was everywhere else. It was an explosion of brown liquid. A coffee cataclysm. It arced through the air in a beautiful, horrifying slow-motion wave, like something out of a disaster movie. It hit my pristine white keyboard. It splashed across my very important, not at all doodled-on notebook. It even managed to find its way onto the wall. How? I have no idea. The laws of physics cease to exist when I'm holding coffee. I just stood there for a solid 10 seconds, frozen. Not in shock, not in anger, but in a state of pure, unadulterated disbelief. Again, I whispered to the empty room. Really? Again? Because this isn't a one-time thing. This is a series. This is the sequel nobody asked for. The Coffee Spill Part 7. My keyboard, which I had just meticulously cleaned the day before, now looked like it had been mud wrestling. My notes, which contained a brilliant idea that was probably going to change the world, were now a soggy, illegible brown mess. The world-changing idea now just looked like a brown blob. Maybe the idea was to invent a spill-proof mug. The irony would be delicious, so I did what any rational person would do in this situation. I sighed, grabbed a roll of paper towels, and began the great cleanup of 2024. As I was dabbing pathetically at the keys, trying to save my laptop from a sticky, caffeinated demise, I started thinking, why does this keep happening? Am I just fundamentally clumsy? Is there a coffee curse placed upon my family line? Did I offend a caffeine deity in a past life? I've tried everything. I've tried sippy cups for adults. They call them travel mugs, but we all know what they are. I've tried smaller mugs, thinking less volume means less potential for a tidal wave. I've tried wider-based mugs that are supposedly untippable. Let me tell you, they are very tippable. I am the exception to every spill-proof guarantee. I am the final boss for mug designers. I remember one time I was at a coffee shop feeling all sophisticated. I had a laptop, a fancy pastry, and a latte with that foam art on top. A leaf or a heart or something. I was living the dream. I reached for a sugar packet, and in a move that would make a stunt coordinator weep, I managed to knock the entire latte directly into my lap. Not on the table, not on the floor, directly into my lap. I spent the rest of the afternoon trying to act cool while it felt like I'd had a very warm coffee-flavored accident. The barista just looked at me with this expression of pity, like he'd seen it all before. He probably had, from me, the week before. Then there was the car incident. I had one of those super secure travel mugs, the kind with more locks and seals than a maximum security prison. I placed it in the cup holder, perfectly secure. I hit a small bump in the road, a tiny one, the size of a pebble. The lid, which I had triple-checked, decided at that exact moment to declare its independence. It popped off, and a geyser of hot coffee erupted, hitting the ceiling of my car. To this day, there is a brown stain on the roof lining that looks vaguely like a map of a small, sad island. The island of spilled dreams. It's reached a point where my friends and family are concerned. When I visit my parents, my mom hands me my coffee and then immediately lays down a perimeter of towels around me. "Just in case," she says, with a knowing look. My friends refuse to let me hold my coffee and gesticulate at the same time. "Put the mug down before you tell the story," they plead. "We're begging you. It's a genuine problem." I'm a public menace, a walking, talking coffee hazard. I've started to wonder if I should just switch to tea, but then I'd probably just spill tea everywhere. Or maybe I should just drink water. But where's the fun in that? Spilling water is just wet. Spilling coffee is a statement, it's a drama, it's performance art. So as I finish cleaning my desk, my laptop now smelling faintly of a sad cafe, I came to a realization. Maybe this is just who I am. I am a coffee spiller. It's part of my charm. It's my chaotic signature. It keeps life interesting, and it keeps the paper towel industry in business. Every coffee stain tells a story. The one on my rug is from the time I laughed so hard at a cat video that my whole body convulsed. The one on my favorite sweater is from when I tried to carry groceries, my keys, my phone, and a large Americano all at once. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well for the Americano, or the sweater. So what's the moral of this story? I'm not sure there is one. Maybe it's to invest in dark-colored furniture and clothing. Maybe it's to accept your flaws, even if those flaws involve consistently redecorating your environment with brown liquid. Or maybe, just maybe, it's that I should start brewing my coffee directly over the sink and just drink it there, like a raccoon. But I know I won't. Tomorrow I will wake up, brew another perfect cup, and I will carry it to my desk with all the hope and optimism of a person who has definitely, surely, learned their lesson this time. And if history is any guide, I'll be back here with another story for you very soon. Thank you so much for listening to my tale of woe and coffee. If you've ever had a similar disaster, please share it in the comments below so I don't feel so alone in my clumsiness. It would honestly make my day. And if you enjoyed this, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more stories that are, hopefully, funny to tears. See you next time, and wish me luck with tomorrow's coffee.